implementation of laws and welfare schemes for cows. गौ माता के सम्मान में और गौ माता के लिए इस सरकार कभी पीछे नहीं हटेगी, जो जरूरत पड़ेगी उसको प्रावधान करेगी। India is the second largest fish producing nation in the world, accounting for 6.3% of global production, registering an average annual growth of more than 7% in recent years. The sector provides livelihood to about 1.45 crore people at the primary level. To provide sustained and focused attention towards development of this sector, our government has decided to create a separate Department of Fisheries. In the last budget, our government announced the facility of extension of Kisan Credit Card Scheme to animal husbandry and fishery farmers. Now, I propose to provide the benefit of 2% interest subvention to the farmers pursuing the activities of animal husbandry and fisheries. 2% ब्याज की छूट इस क्षेत्र को भी दी जाती है to avail loan through Kisan Credit Card. Further, in case of timely repayment of loan, they will also get an additional 3% interest subvention. एक प्रकार से इनको किसानों के साथ सम्मान के साथ एक ही दर्जा दिया जा रहा है. To ensure provision of easy and concessional credit and to bring all farmers under the Kisan Credit Card fold, our government has decided to initiate a comprehensive drive with a simplified application form. When natural calamities strike, farmers are generally unable to repay their crop loans. Presently, the crop loans are rescheduled for such affected farmers and they get the benefit of interest subvention of 2% only for the first year of rescheduled loans. Our government has now decided that all farmers affected by severe natural calamities where assistance is provided from the National Disaster Relief Fund will be provided the benefit of interest subvention of 2% and prompt % for the entire period of reschedulement of the loan. एक वर्ष के बदले पूरा जो समय reschedulement का है, पूरे समय उनको 2% और समय पे नए समय पे वापस देने पे 3% और यानी 5% ब्याज में उनको छूट मिलेगी. मजदूर और कामगार की प्रतिष्ठा. मैडम स्पीकर, हमारी सरकार का यह दृढ़ विश्वास रहा है कि तेजी से बढ़ती हुई अर्थव्यवस्था का लाभ कामगारों और सरकारी सेवाओं में कार्यरत सभी लोगों को मिलना चाहिए. पिछले 5 वर्षों में भारत में औद्योगिक शांति का माहौल रहा है. हाई ग्रोथ एंड फॉर्मलाइजेशन ऑफ द इकोनॉमी has led to the expansion of employment opportunities as shown in EPFO membership, which has increased by nearly 2 crore in 2 years, reflecting formalization of the economy. And obviously, when there is such high growth, jobs are created. 7वें केंद्रीय वेतन आयोग की रिपोर्ट पेश होने के बाद उसकी सिफारिशों को जल्द से जल्द लागू किया गया. उनको कोई आंदोलन नहीं करना पड़ा, सरकार ने तुरंत लागू किया 7वें वित्त आयोग को. न्यू पेंशन स्कीम को और लिबरलाइज किया गया है. कर्मचारियों के हिस्से को 10% रखते हुए हमने सरकार के योगदान को 4% बढ़ाकर 14 कर दिया है. 14% सरकारी योगदान. श्रमिकों के दिए जाने वाले बोनस आकलन की अधिकतम सीमा को भी 3,500 प्रति माह से बढ़ाकर दोगुनी कर गई. 7,000 व वेतन की अधिकतम सीमा को बढ़ाकर 10,000 से 21,000 प्रति माह कर दिया गया. जो लोग 21,000 तक प्रति माह कमाते हैं उनको बोनस मिलेगा और दुगना 7,000 तक बोनस देने का हमने निर्णय सरकार ने लिया है. ग्रेच्युटी के भुगतान की सीमा को 10 लाख से बढ़ाकर 20 लाख रुपए कर दिया. पिछले 5 वर्षों के दौरान सभी श्रेणी के श्रमिकों के न्यूनतम वेतन में 42% की वृद्धि हुई, जो आज तक सर्वाधिक है। इसी प्रकार से ईएसआई के एलिजिबिलिटी कवर की सीमा भी 15,000 प्रति माह से बढ़ाकर 21,000 प्रति माह कर दी गई है। प्रत्येक श्रमिक के लिए न्यूनतम पेंशन भी अब 1,000 रुपए है। सर्विस के दौरान किसी श्रमिक की मृत्यु होने की स्थिति में ईपीएफओ द्वारा राशि 2.5 लाख से बढ़ाकर 6 लाख रुपए सुनिश्चित की गई है। आंगनवाड़ी और आशा योजना के तहत सभी श्रेणियों के कार्मिकों, हमारी माता बहनों को मानदेय में लगभग 50% की वृद्धि की गई। Half of India's GDP comes from the sweat and toil of 42 crore workers in the unorganized sector, working as street vendors, rickshaw pullers, construction workers, rag pickers, agricultural workers, BD workers, handloom, leather, numerous other industries. घरेलू कामगार भी बड़ी संख्या में काम कर रहे हैं। We must provide them a comprehensive social security coverage for their old age. Therefore, in addition to the health coverage provided under Ayushman Bharat and life and disability coverage provided under Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, our government proposes to launch a mega pension yojana, namely Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan. Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan will be for the organized sector workers with monthly income up to ₹15,000. This pension yojana shall provide them an assured monthly pension of ₹3,000 after they achieve the age of 60 years. And a monthly contribution affordable amount during their working age. An unorganized sector worker joining the pension yojana at the 89 years will only have to contribute 100 rupees per month till he attains the age of 60 years. A worker joining the pension yojana at 18 years of age will only have to contribute 55 rupees per month. सरकार इतना ही पैसा अपनी तरफ से उसमें जोड़ेगी. The government will contribute an equal matching share in the pension account of the worker every month. हमारा अनुमान है कि कम से कम 10 करोड़ अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड सेक्टर के कर्मचारी, लेबरर, वर्कर सबको प्रधानमंत्री श्रम योगी मानधन का लाभ मिलेगा और अगले 5 साल में शायद ये विश्व के रूप में उभर जाएगा। इसके लिए भी इसी साल हमने स्कीम को लॉन्च कर दिया है और 500 करोड़ रुपए इस स्कीम में जरूरत पड़ने पर हम देने के लिए तैयार हैं। और अधिक राशि लगेगी तो और अधिक राशि भी इसके लिए उपलब्ध करवाई जाएगी। The scheme will also be implemented, as I said, from the current year itself. Our government is committed to reach the most deprived citizens of this country. To this end, the condition of the denotified nomadic and semi-nomadic communities, जो विमुक्त हैं, घुमांतु हैं, अर्ध घुमांतु समुदाय हैं, उनके लिए एक विशेष इस बार सरकार ने इसके ऊपर विशेष ध्यान दिया है। These communities are hard to reach, less visible, and therefore frequently left out. The nomadic and semi-nomadic communities move from place to place in search of a livelihood. The Renke Commission and the Idati Commission have done commendable work to identify and list these communities. A committee under Niti Aayog will be set up to complete the task of identifying denotified, nomadic and semi-nomadic communities not yet formally classified. Our government will also set up a welfare development board under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, especially for the purpose of implementing welfare and development programs for denotified nomadic and semi-nomadic communities. The board shall ensure that special strategies are designed and implemented to serve these hard-to-reach communities. ये बोर्ड जो बनाया जा रहा है, वेलफेयर डेवलपमेंट बोर्ड, ये एक प्रकार से समुचित विकास कैसे हो इस वर्ग का, उसकी चिंता करेगा और इन सभी योजनाओं को इम्प्लीमेंट करने में उन तक लाभ पहुंचाने का काम करेगा। वुमेन्स डेवलपमेंट टू वुमेन लेड डेवलपमेंट, वुमेन्स डेवलपमेंट टू वुमेन लेड डेवलपमेंट। Madam Speaker, in our election manifesto, we had promised that we will transform the quality of life of women in rural India by providing cleaner fuel, for securing the health of every homemaker in rural areas, and to ensure that she does not have to shed tears for cooking food to nourish her family. Our government embarked upon a program to deliver 8 crore free LPG connections under the Ujjwala Yojana. इसके अंतर्गत अभी तक 6 करोड़ मुफ्त कुकिंग गैस कनेक्शन दे जा चुके हैं। अगले वर्ष तक पूरे 8 करोड़ हो जाएंगे और देश में हर परिवार को अच्छी कुकिंग की सुविधा उपलब्ध कराने का जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का दृढ़ निश्चय था, उसको हम पूरी तरीके से लागू करें। Ujjwala is a remarkable success story of our government's program, defined by a bold yet practical vision of a responsible and compassionate leadership. More than 70% of the beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana are women who are getting affordable and collateral-free loans to start their own businesses. Amongst many measures, benefits of maternity leave of 26 weeks and Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana for pregnant women have provided financial support to women while empowering them to participate in work. Empowering youth to fulfill their potential. India is amongst the most youthful nations in the world. Through Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, over 1 crore youth are being trained to help them earn a livelihood. We have harnessed Yuva Shakti through self-employment schemes, including Mudra, Startup India and Stand Up India. Under Mudra Yojana, 15.56 crore loans have been disbursed, amounting to 7,23,000 crore rupees. पूरी दुनिया में स्वयं रोजगार की कल्पना अब बदल रही है और रोजगार की भी कल्पना बदल रही है। अब सिर्फ सरकारी नौकरियां और कारखाने में ही रोजगार उत्पन्न नहीं होता है। जॉब सीकर आज जॉब क्रिएटर बन गया है। India has become the second largest hub of startups. We are proud of the hard work with ideas of the benefits of artificial intelligence and related technologies to the people. A national program on artificial intelligence has been envisaged by our government. This would be catalyzed by the establishment of the National Center on Artificial Intelligence as a hub along with centers of excellence. 9 priority areas have been identified. A national artificial intelligence portal will be developed soon. Empowering MSMEs and traders. सरकार ने करोड़ों को रोजगार देने वाले MSME सेक्टर को सशक्त करने के लिए कई प्रभावी कदम उठाए हैं। हाल ही में सिर्फ 59 मिनट्स में 1 करोड़ तक के ऋण की योजना शुरू की गई। GST रजिस्टर्ड SME इकाइयों को 1 करोड़ के इंक्रीमेंटल लोन पर अब 2% ब्याज की। सरकारी उपक्रमों में SME से सोर्सिंग की आवश्यकता को बढ़ाकर 25% कर दिया गया है। Out of this, the material to the extent of at least 3% will be sourced from women-owned SMEs. Government e-marketplace, GEM, created by our government 2 years ago, has transformed public procurement by making it fully transparent, inclusive and efficient. MSMEs have an opportunity to sell their products through GEM. Transactions of over 17,500 crore rupees have already taken place, resulting in an average saving of 25 to 28% when purchased from GEM. The GEM platform is now being extended to all central public sector enterprises. We are focused on supporting domestic trade and services. Our government has recently assigned the subject of promotion of internal trade, including retail trading and welfare of traders and their employees, to the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, which will now be renamed as the Department for Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade. Strengthening defense and national security. Madam Speaker, our soldiers protect our borders in tough conditions. They are our pride and honor. हमने भी उनके सम्मान का ख्याल रखा. In our election manifesto, we had promised to implement one rank, one pension. This was pending for the last 40 years, but has been resolved by us. Madam Speaker, previous governments announced it in 3 budgets, but sanctioned a mere 500 crore rupees in the interim budget of 2014-15. In contrast, we have already disbursed over 35,000 crore rupees. After implementing the scheme in true spirit, 35,000 crore रुपए सरकार ने पिछले वर्षों में हमारे जवानों के लिए दिए हैं वन रैंक वन पेंशन के तहत. The government has also announced substantial hike in the military service pay of all service personnel and special allowances given to naval and air force personnel deployed in high-risk areas. Our defense budget, Madam Speaker, ये हम सबके लिए खुशी की बात है कि इस वर्ष पहली बार हमारा डिफेंस बजट 3 लाख करोड़ से बढ़ के 2019-20 में प्रावधान किया गया है. For securing our borders and to maintain preparedness of the highest order, if necessary, additional funds will also be provided. Supporting Indians across the world. Today, all persons of Indian origin feel secure that their motherland Bharat cares for them and at times of need will support them. India's transformation has inculcated a sense of pride and respect for Indians and persons of Indian origin across the globe. We have taken several initiatives to strengthen their connect with India, facilitate their investment in India, and ease their travel. Infrastructure development. Infrastructure is the backbone of any nation's development and quality of life. Whether it is highways or railways or airways or even digiways, we have gone beyond incremental growth to attain transformative achievements. आज एक सामान्य नागरिक भी उड़ान योजना के कारण हवाई जहाज में सफर कर पा रहा है. अब 100 से अधिक एयरपोर्ट हो गए. सिक्किम में पाक्योंग एयरपोर्ट खुलने के बाद 100 से अधिक एयरपोर्ट इस देश में हो गए, ऑपरेशनल एयरपोर्ट्स. डोमेस्टिक पैसेंजर ट्रैफिक दुगना हुआ है पिछले 5 वर्षों में, दुगना. और क्या जब इतनी तेज गति से विकास होगा तो स्वाभाविक रूप से नौकरियां भी आएंगी और एविएशन सेक्टर में बड़े रूप में युवा युवकों को नौकरियों का साधन मिला है. टुडे इंडिया इज द फास्टेस्ट हाईवे डेवलपर इन द होल वर्ल्ड. With 27 kilometers of highways built each day, projects stuck for decades like the Eastern Peripheral Highway around Delhi or the Bogibeel Rail-cum Road Bridge in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh have been completed. The flagship program of Sagarmala along the coastal areas of the country will develop ports for faster handling of import and export cargo. For the first time, container freight movement has started on inland waterways from Kolkata to Varanasi. Our government will introduce container cargo movement to the northeast as well by improving the navigation capacity of the Brahmaputra River. Indian Railways has experienced the safest year in its history. All unmanned level crossings, आप सब गौर करिए, all unmanned level crossings on broad gauge network have been completely eliminated. आज पूरे देश में एक भी unmanned level crossing broad gauge network पे बचा नहीं है. Introduction of the first indigenously developed and manufactured semi-high-speed Vande Bharat Express will give the Indian passengers world-class experience with speed, service and safety. This major leap in wholly developed technology by our engineers will give an impetus to the Make in India program and create jobs. Capital support from the budget for railways is proposed at rupees 64,587 crore in 1920 budget estimate. In fact, the railways overall capital expenditure program is a historic 1,58,658 crore. The operating ratio is also expected to improve from 98.4% in 17-18 to 96.2% in 18-19 revised estimate and further to 95% in the budget estimate of 2019-20. India provided leadership to the global effort to address the problem of climate change. Our commitment to promote renewable energy is reflected in setting up the International Solar Alliance, the first treaty-based international intergovernmental organization headquartered in India. India's installed solar generation capacity has grown 10 times in the last 5 years. 10 गुना वृद्धि हुई है सौर ऊर्जा में देश में पिछले 5 वर्षों में. This sector is now creating lakhs of new age jobs. India's import dependence on crude oil and natural gas has been a source of big concern to our government. While we have taken a large number of measures to moderate the increasing demand through usage of biofuel and alternate technologies, urgent action is needed to increase hydrocarbon production to reduce imports. A high-level interministerial committee constituted by us has made several specific recommendations, including transforming the system of bidding for exploration, changing from revenue sharing to exploration program for category 2 and 3 basins. The government is in the process of implementing these recommendations. The people of Northeast have also received significant benefits of infrastructure development. Arunachal Pradesh came on the air map recently, and Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram have come on India's rail map for the first time. Allocation for the northeastern areas is being proposed to be increased by 21% to rupees 58,166 crore over 2018-19 budget estimates. Digital India Revolution. Madam Speaker, India is now leading the world in the consumption of mobile data. Monthly consumption of mobile data increased by over 50 times, 50 गुना. पिछले 5 वर्षों में मोबाइल डेटा 50 गुना बढ़ा. The cost of data and voice calls in India is now possibly the lowest in the world. Today, under Make in India, mobile and mobile part manufacturing companies have increased from 2 to more than 268, providing huge job opportunities. More than 3 lakh common service centers employing about 12 lakh people are digitally delivering several services to the citizens, particularly in rural areas. The common service centers are expanding their services and also creating digital infrastructure in the villages, including connectivity to convert the villages into digital villages now. हमारी सरकार की योजना है कि अगले 5 वर्षों में हम 1 लाख डिजिटल विलेजेस बनाने जाएंगे। जनधन, आधार, मोबाइल and direct benefit transfer have been game changers. Bank nationalization was first done 50 years ago, but a large part of the country was left out of the economic mainstream with no access to formal banking. In the last 5 years, nearly 34 crore Jan-Dhan bank accounts were opened. Aadhaar is now near universally implemented. This has helped ensure the poor and middle class receive the benefits of government schemes directly in their bank's account by eliminating middlemen. बिचौलियों को हमने समाप्त किया। Entertainment industry is a major employment generator. To promote entertainment industry, single window clearance for ease of shooting films, earlier available only to foreigners, is now going to be made available to Indian filmmakers as well. Regulatory provisions will rely more on self-declaration. We will also introduce anti-camcording provisions in the Cinematograph Act to control the menace of piracy. हम सबको पिक्चर बॉलीवुड का भी शौक रहता है, पिक्चरें भी देखते हैं और ये इतने बड़े रूप में रोजगार का अवसर प्रदान करता है। भारत में अन्य क्षेत्रों में फिल्म बनाने का काम बहुत बड़े गति से चल रहा है, तो उन सबको रोजगार मिलेगा, चाहे वो तेलुगु में फिल्म बने, चाहे मलयालम में बने। अभी हाल में आप सबने शायद देखी हो, मेरे को तो पूरी पिक्चर देखने का सौभाग्य मिला। जो मजा आया, जो जोश था उस हॉल के अंदर, simplification of direct tax system to benefit taxpayers. Madam Speaker, for making the life of our direct taxpayers easy, we reduced tax rates more for the common man and middle class and made the interface with the tax department much simpler and largely faceless. Due to this, the tax collections increased significantly from ₹6,38,000 crore in 2013-14 to almost 12 lakh crore rupees this year. The number of returns filed have also increased from 3.79 crore to 6.85 crore, showing 80% growth in tax base. I thank the honest taxpayers of India for reposing faith in our government. Let me assure them that we have used